Hello and welcome back to another video. In this video, I want to check out Vicinae or this tool right here, which is kind of like Breakouts, which I did check out a few videos ago. It is an open source project as far as I know, and it kind of mimics the functionality of that software. In this video, I want to check out how to install it, how the configuration and other stuff in there. So if you're new to the channel, subscribe, leave a like on the video if you do find it helpful, and let's get straight into it. So first up, I do have it already installed, but what do we actually need for it? The first thing you need is to join the Discord server. If you have any questions or anything like that, or if you have any suggestion, make sure to leave it in the comments. Anyway, the first thing that we need is Yay. Or to be honest, you don't need necessarily Yay for this, but you need to install it from AOR. So let me just show you. If you have Yay, it is as easy as just doing Yay-S Vicinae. Yeah, this is what you have to do for Yay installation, and you can just press and enter and it will install it. Now in case you don't have Yay installed, or if you don't want to install Yay, then there's another way. You need Git and base devel for this, so make sure to have those. So basically backman-s Git and base devel. So you need these two packages to kind of do what I'm about to do. So to install it without Yay, you have to do HTTPS. You have to do git clone AOR, and after typing this aor.archinac.org, you just have to type vicinae.git. Yeah, that's it. After installing it, downloading it, you have to go into the directory. So cd vicinae, and then you'll see that there is package build and vicinae hook. So then we can just do make pkg.si, and this will just build Vicinae all over again. Now like I said, I do have it installed already. I think I can do it again. Yeah, it will just refresh the whole thing. It will just re-download and reinstall it, but I do already have it installed. So yeah, it will take a bit of time to get installed. I'll do this again since I already have done this. But just wait for a bit, and it will take a bit of time to get it installed complete. But after it is installed, there's a few things you have to note. It won't work out of the box like this. So for now, I'm pressing Alt space to get this opened, but by default, it doesn't work like that. Now the system I'm using is running Hyperland, and it is obviously in Arch Linux, but the first thing you have to do is run a server. So Vicinae server has to be run first or at system startup when you're trying to use it. So once you have this server running, so if you press enter on it, it will just run a server, and we can just close it out right now, but it will run a server, but this has to be continuously running. Oh yeah, I just closed the server, but let me just show you. This is a good point as to what I did to keep it running. So for Hyperland at least, let me just go to nvim. Now I do have my config separated. So I have my autostarts in an autostart.config file. So in here, you'll see that I have this line that says exec once Vicinae server. Now for your desktop environment or any window manager you're using, make sure the system runs this command as soon as it boots up. So like I said, for Hyperland, it is done like this. So just to show you, let me just quit out of this. And then I can just do a reboot. So now if I press Windows space, it is not working. I don't know if you can hear it or not. It's not working. So what? We'll just do a quick reboot. What this will do is as soon as it reboots and the system starts, it will first turn on that server. Yeah, I need to work on my SDDM. Anyway, now the system is booted up, and now if I press Windows space, Alt space, it just opens up. So that's basically how to get it up and running. Now, how am I opening this? Like, what's the command to open this server? Run that. So for Roofy, like drun and stuff, it has that. But for Vicinae, you have to kind of type Vicinae open. So this is the command. And if you press that, it will open up Vicinae. And like I said, since the server is running, we can do it automatically. And the thing is, if you have a system where if you just press Vicinae open, it will just open it, and you can press escape to get it out. But if you just have Vicinae open in your, I would say like a dot file or in your keybinds, then it will just keep it open. It won't actually close it. So what I found for, like I said, Hyperland is, if I just go to my config, Let me just say this. If I just go to my keybinds, you'll see this line right here where I have it like this specific line where you can see that it says alt space. So this is my keybind that I'm using. Exec, so execute. First, Vicinae close or Vicinae open. Now, I still don't completely understand how this works, but as far as I understood, that it will run this or this depending on if it's open or not. So it works for me. Like I said, I am not entirely sure how this works. So if anyone knows it in details why this works, please do let me know. So if I do this, when I press alt space and no Vicinae thing is running, it will run Vicinae open. And if it is already running, if I press it again, it will just close it. So the Vicinae open and Vicinae close. So that's basically how, oh my god, what the heck am I doing? So if you can actually just do Vicinae help. So if you just type in Vicinae, it'll show you everything that is on here. Also, wait a minute. Is it what I think it is? Oh, I think if I just wait a minute, if this works, it will be hilarious. Let me just retype it and just do toggle. There you go. I just saved it. I think it should work. So I would alt space. Oh, okay. It just works if I do toggle here. What happens if I just do open? Is it okay? Yeah. If I just do open, it just keeps it open. But hey, it does have a built-in option, so you don't have to go finicking around. Just do Vicinae toggle as the command, and it will automatically take care of everything. Okay, so there is, like I said, there's a version which obviously shows version. We need the server to actually run it. Toggle is an amazing thing which I just learned. I didn't know about it. So it just toggles between the open and close state of Vicinae. Then we have open, which obviously opens it. Close, that closes it. I still don't know what is deep link. Let's see what is deep link. I'll just type this. So we have this as a reference. Deep link. A link is required. Okay, so deep link, there's help. I mean, oh, we have what do you call it? Link for this. So I mean, okay, I can't get anything on deep link. So anyway, we have D menu. What is D menu? Let's see if we can get a D menu. Firefox. What does D menu even do? Generally list view from HTTL. I don't know what they do. And then this app is a system application command. I think theme just sets a theme which I can get. Firefox. Vicinae app. Oh, okay. So if I do app list. Okay, so this is every app that is available, which is great. Let's say I want to launch Firefox. Okay. So in case if you want to do any automation with this, or if you want to run commands with keybind, or if you are on a system that doesn't have a keybind system, or you want to use a desktop environment like a window manager and you don't have that option, you can use the app to set keybinds on your system. You know, that's a feature that I did highlight on, and that's a feature that I did highlight on Windows, where you can have keybinds on every application instead of just having to like depend on stuff. Anyway, let's get into the settings and let me show you what is available here. So this is basically the settings, and yeah, it's not everything that is in, yeah, obviously it's not everything. Oh, okay. Wait, I can, you know what? This is great. So let's say I want to this as the icon theme. Does it use this as the icon theme? I think so. I don't think it changes too much, but hey, I think it does. So let me see. Open Vicinae settings. Then we have favicon fetching. So where it's getting the icons from. So you can get Google or 20. I'll just put it at default. Key binding scheme is default. Oh, we can even do Emacs if you want. I'm still not confident for Emacs and stuff. Default use Vim style, Control J, Control J. Okay. I'll keep it at default. And there is font size, so how big the font is. Can I make it a bit larger? I'll make it a bit larger. Okay, there you go. It is a bit larger. Okay, there you go. I just have to restart it. Now we have extensions and stuff. I think we can get extra extensions as well. But Vicinae itself is an extension. And you can see there is something like Raycast Compat. So it is supported with Raycast. So Raycast support stuff, which is great. default action focus windows. So what this is doing is applications, when you like have an application open and you just type in the application again, it will focus on it instead of launching it again. So let me just demonstrate this. If I keep it at focus window, close it. Let's say I open up Firefox, and let's say I open up Nautilus, and now I am focused on Nautilus, and if I just do Firefox, it will just focus on that. You can see my mouse moved on to there. So it's basically trying to focus on there. And then if I do, let's say Kitty, you can see it's already running, and it'll just go there. But if I change it to, instead of focusing to launch app, it will just open up another application. So let's say I'm going Firefox. See, it just opens up another Firefox instead of focusing it. So depending on what you prefer, you can change it based on how you like to use it. There's like prefixes and stuff. So in case you want to have special prefixes for every application, you can also do that. And you can also specify where your applications are located. Now in Linux by default, they are located in user share applications. In case you didn't know that, there you go. That's a fun trivia for you. But it is located here. So if you have any custom system built and you don't have it at this location, you can change it up in here. Then there is system files and stuff. So where it can search, where it cannot search, like excluding and stuff. So there is a thing, if we do search files, hit it, and you can actually search files here. Let's say I want to file wallpapers. There you go. We have the wallpapers folder, and if I press it, it will just open up that wallpaper. Now I think by default it's opening in toner. Yeah, it is opening in toner. I will change this to toner as well. But for now, that's what's happening. And the fun thing is, let's say I don't want to type in the whole thing. I want to have aliases. So let's see, how do I set an alias for this? There we go. Now let's say there is search file and I want to set an alias. Let's say I want to set fs as an alias. So there you go. Now fs is an alias which will be for file searches. Now what happens if I do fs, hit space, it will automatically go into file searches instead of we having to kind of press enter on it. And if we do search files, it is on the top, like it's on the top command, hit space, it doesn't work. So make sure to have aliases for your command that you use frequently. And you can actually set aliases for almost everything. So let's say you want to let's say I want to log out, you can just set something here to log out of your system. You can have reboot system. It is even soft reboot. I still don't know what that means, but hey, there is the option. And there's like calculators. So calculate history, refresh exchange rate. So the calculator is basically when you do, let's say 20 times 32, and it will just give us the answer. And if we do like Control B, this will just tell you if you want to copy the result, you want to copy the question and answer, if you want to put the answer in search bar, if you want to open calculator history. Let's say I want to copy question and answer. If I paste it here, you can see it gives us the whole operation. So if you're a programmer or something, or if you need the whole operation when you're trying to calculate something or show or something, it can do that. There's like window management and stuff. So here in the switch window, let's say I want to do this at SW. So as an alias, I'll set that. Oh my god, I close it. Does it work? SW, hit space. And you can see it will just give us all the windows that are available. So let's say I want to go here. But since, like I said, I'm using Hyperland, you have to use the keybind provided by this. But if you are using something else that does allow for this to basically take over your system, then it can actually handle it. Now, that is really nice. And let's go to settings. Let's see what else is available here. And then there's themes, like obviously set theme, there's fonts and stuff. There's developer, like if you want to create your own extensions and stuff, you have that option. There's system. So in the system, there is a run program. So let's say I want to run command when I type in this, like which one is it? I think it's greater than, so greater than science, I want to do that. And for browsing applications, let's say I want to do BS, BA. Just kind of shorten it. So whenever I want to type a command, I can just do this, hit space, and now I can run command. So let's say I want to update my system. So sudo pacman-syu. I think I can't run it like this. Yeah, there you go. Sudo. So it can actually run one command. So I would say, let's see if I can do I have btop installed? I think I have it. Let's say I want to run nvim. This, hit enter. It doesn't work that great, but I still don't know what does it mean by run programs on systems. So if I do like mousepad, does it run a mousepad? Yeah, it does run it, but I still don't know what the use case for this is. And to be honest, I'm not like, I haven't seen the full thing. I am going through this with you guys, so I can have a bit of that wow factor whenever I'm looking at this. But in the applications tab, this is where the fun begins. And you can see there's like way too many stuff installed, but I have to delete some of them. But let's say you are not using a window manager and you're not actually really like tech savvy. You don't know how to program yourself, like you don't know how to program yourself keybinds for your favorite applications. You can actually do it with this. So for example, I don't have any keybinds set for the Zen browser. I would say, like, let's say I want to add an alias for this. I want to do ZB. That will be the alias for this. Now, I don't think this has the full keybind feature. Oh yeah, it does have it, but I think it's only for, the default application. But hey, this is good enough. So now I have this set. So if I do this, if I do ZB and then hit space, I think I have to run it. So I can just run it with alias. So that's something. I'll test this out and then show you guys on the next video, so stay tuned for that. But other than that, I would say, yeah, it has most of the features and it is really fun to kind of look into it, look around and see what's available, what it can do, what it can't do. But if you are looking for something that is similar like Raycast on like Linux, then this is a really great option, as Raycast is not available for Linux. Yeah. So I won't drag this video too long, as to, I think you guys will get bored, because the thing about these app launchers is that they're kind of really dependent on who it is for or who is using it. So if you're someone who is not really into this, like Vicinae, Vicinae Dark looks really nice. I'll go with this. So if you're someone who is like not really into this type of like ultra, I won't say it's like ultra custom productive setup, but I would say it's more of like productivity stuff, where if you are someone who enjoys the productivity and kind of enjoys the running applications from your keyboard itself, and you don't like to use the mouse very often, then this is a really great option. But if you're someone who doesn't enjoy it, this video is you won't probably even understand anything in this video, or you'll probably just ignore it. So if you are someone who enjoys it, let me know if you have used it or what do you think about it, and what other app launchers do you guys use. Like I have used Roofy and D menu and I think W menu, which is like the extent of my app launcher experience, and like obviously on Windows Flow Launcher and stuff, I didn't use that. So let me know what else is out there, and I'd really like to check it out. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Make sure to subscribe to the channel, follow on the Discord. There, all the socials and everything will be linked in the description below. Make sure to check those out, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.